is a coolant change on Alyssa's bike. By the way, we have FZ6Rs. Hers is naked right now because, yeah, we decided to do some wrapping on her bike. So she's got this gloss wrap going on her bike, and this is my bike. I'll be doing all the maintenance work on my bike next. They're both FZ6Rs. They're just a few years apart. She's got the older one. It's a 2009, and I have a 2014. So I'm just waiting for her bike to heat up to 155 degrees. It's got vinegar water in it right now. We're doing a coolant flush. We're going to make sure there's no corrosion. We used about half vinegar water and half distilled water. Alright, so it hit 156. We're going to go ahead and turn it off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to rinse this off with regular water mixed. I have this distilled water right here. And then we're going to put this coolant additive in there. Rizlon Hydro Cool Super Coolant. The reason I'm using this instead of water is you can use coolant with this. I guess you could put water wetter in coolant too. But I'd rather use this since it's meant for coolant. We're going to do a 25% mix of antifreeze, and we're going to do 75% distilled water. And we're going to add that or add it to it. But now I'm cycling just regular distilled water to rinse all the vinegar out. I'm just going to let it sit for 5 minutes. Make sure 25% antifreeze, and the rest is water and additive. Looks like green apple coffee or something like that. Mix it up and that's it. Now, since we're already under the bike, we're going to go ahead and give it an oil change. Alright, let's put some oil in it. If you guys are picky about your oil, don't be. This Walmart Super Tech oil does just fine. And if you actually look up the research on it online, it's better than some of the other top brand oils out there. The conditioners, the additives that's in it are actually better. I even use the Walmart Dexos in my Camaro, so. So, upon opening hers, looks like she has an aftermarket can-in air filter on hers. Yep, right there. That means this filter is actually reusable. Just needs to be cleaned. So, we're gonna clean it up, spray it down with the oil and everything, and replace this filter with this. Just gonna put this back where it belongs. Oh, look how dirty that is. It only gets that little part right there. That's crazy. What happens when you ain't got proper tools? Alright guys, so it's another week, and I did everything on Alyssa's bike last week, like her coolant change, her full tune-up. This is my bike, we have the same bike, so I'm doing the same process on my bike, but it's going to be a lot easier since I've already done hers, so I know how to do everything in order. I've already changed the oil. We had that problem last week with the oil change because her filter was on too tight. With this bike, whoever owned this bike, they knew what they were doing. And pretty much, it was 200% times easier to do. I did it within probably 15 minutes. So I'm going to start the coolant drain on this bike right here. And after I finish the coolant drain, we'll pick right back up where we left off on her bike, was the spark plugs and the intake cleaning and the air filter. She had a K&N air filter in hers already. I don't think this one's going to have that. But I'm going to finish this coolant change. And since you've already seen the coolant change, I'm not going to show you that part again. tune-up for the two FZ6Rs, mine and Alyssa's bikes on the channel. The whole rundown is we did an oil change, coolant change, with a coolant flush, spark plugs, intake cleaner, and we also changed the air filter. Bike seemed to purr pretty good, so I'm satisfied with what happened. I did have a little trouble getting these panels back on this time. I don't know if I got something offset, which is probably what is actually going on. There's probably it's offset somewhere. But other than that, pretty easy. It took about 2 hours to do a full job. Probably the level of difficulty is probably about a 6 to do all that. You don't have to have too much knowledge about the bike, but you do have to have some mechanical knowledge, like how spark plugs work and everything. Other than that, it was pretty, I don't know, man, it was pretty simple, and I'm satisfied with the outcome of it. You'll see more from us here on the channel, and hopefully Alyssa will get in the video soon. She's got a cool little pouch she got from her work, and maybe she'll introduce y'all that pouch, show you how it works and everything. It's a little LED thing. It's cool. So this has been Twisted Together Moto. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe. See you next time.